Okay, guys, welcome back. This time, what I want to do is have a little fun with head swapping. Um, it's a it's an art form in itself, and I know a lot of you probably just will take a head from one picture, you'll circle it or draw a marquee around it, and then drag it over to your other picture, and then proceed to erase the areas around it that you don't need. There's a better way. And for those of you, again, that are professionals, you probably already know about this, but if you are a professional and you don't know about this, I think you'll find this to be a big, big time saver, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So, anyhow, what I want to do here now, I have a picture on my screen of my daughter and her husband Julio. This is Michelle and Julio, and they are unknowing models for me for this tutorial at this moment. So they are. This is just a perfect example of the type of thing that you might need to do, in my opinion. I think Julio looks good in the picture on the right. Michelle looks good in the picture on the left. And as you can imagine, when you have a group shot, like a lot of times we'll take beach pictures, and you might have a dozen people in there, and you may have two or three that you've got to pull from totally different pictures that are different. Um, Ideally, you would have the same background, you would have the same lighting, you would have everything pretty much consistent from one picture to the next. I know some photographers they won't head swap unless it is that type of a picture. Can't blame them. But right now, and we do have the advantage of this time of working with pictures that are uh, somewhat like that. The disadvantage in this particular scenario is you can see that Michelle's head is just a little tilted down compared to the one on the left. Um, so that it may have an effect. We'll see here as we get going into it. But anyhow, let's take a look here. Now, what I want to do again, this is going to be our base picture. This number 5837 picture. This is going to be the one that we would like to finish up with, and we want to take Michelle from this 5838 over here on this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab my lasso tool here, and I want to draw around, and let's just go ahead, don't be afraid to get too much, more than what you want to drag over there. Like I say, a lot of you probably would just do this, drag it over, and then try to get rid of everything that you don't want. But we're going to go ahead and do this and drag it over. Now, one thing that you can do if you're locked down, if you're using a tripod and you want to drag from one picture to the next, you can actually, I'm going to step back in time here and go back in my history just a little bit. You can drag from one picture to the next if you hold down on Shift, and when you drag it over to the next picture and you let go of it, then it'll pop the picture, it'll pop that piece right into the exact same place on the next picture. I'm not so sure. That's probably not going to work here. I wasn't I was handheld. I wasn't on a tripod, so probably, yeah, as you can see, clicking the eyeball on and off in the layer, that is not going to work. So we've got it over there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on her. Matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and minimize this original picture, and now we're just focused on this guy here. And we want to see where she's at. Now, ideally, we would line up the catch lights in the eyes. If I were using a flash, then there would be little dots there that would make it very, very easy to do, and that's not going to be the case again here. So I'm going to take the opacity down, and then that'll help me kind of onion scan or line up her eyes where it needs to be. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom way in and then try to take a look. This is probably going to be about the most important step here. And then looks like, as far as her eye alignment, that's going to be pretty good. That's pretty close. I'm going to zoom back out here. Hold down on Alt. Comes up to the minus, and you see all this stuff here that normally you might be taking an eraser to and trying to get rid of all that. But what we'd like to do here instead is create a layer mask. And what I want to do is go down here below. Hopefully you can see that at the bottom of the Layers tab. And there's a little icon, looks like the third one over, that says Layer Mask. If you hold your mouse over it, and it'll say Add Layer Mask. But what I want to do is hold down an Alt and then hit Add Layer Mask. And as you can see, this layer that we just put in there now is completely gone, which is a good thing. So now what I would like to do, we're going to go over to our brush tool over on the left side, and we're going to click on that. And it's a pretty small brush right now, so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make it a much larger brush. That'll help. Now what we're going to do is take white. White is on the top layer here. That's kind of a default thing. But white is the color that we're going to be actually drawing onto our mask, which is here. And wherever we draw white is going to, the picture is going to appear. So we're kind of erasing that black using the white. So we'll just go ahead and take and start drawing or start coloring on Michelle anywhere kind of in the face area. As you can see, that other one is coming through, and we're gonna hopefully get her a good alignment of everything here. And because we dragged over quite a bit of stuff, then I'll be able to go down and reshape and bring in her other chin and a little bit of the hair there, and you see it like that. And we brought in and changed her head swap just that easy. File, save it out, you have a picture. So quite honestly, you can do that in just a matter of a few seconds. If conditions are right, you can bring them over and you don't have to worry about going in and trying to erase the hair just perfectly and everything like that. So we just brought that one little bit in. So I'm going to turn off the background layer, and you can see what we drew in by painting it in right there. You can see it on the mask, and there's her head swap. Go there, just turn off that layer. Take a look at that. Previous layer, new layer. That's it. So there you are, guys. Head swap 101 or 102. Take care. Thanks a lot.